So let's listen to O.J. Simpson talking about what he would do if he's Baker Mayfield.
What I'm thinking about now is really Baker Mayfield. You know, people say, what is Baker going to do, or what are they going to do with Baker? Well, if I'm Baker, I'm going in there and I'm going to play the best football of my life. Do what he's always done. Give great effort. Because actually it's kind of, he's kind of doing a dress rehearsal. He's trying to show the other teams what he's capable of doing. There's no doubt he will not be a Brown next year, because next year is when actually Watson's contract kicked in and it's all guaranteed. So he'll be gone next year. But this year, you know, it's time for him to show other teams in the league what he's capable of doing. And if he wants to make as much or more than the $19.5 million that he's guaranteed right now, the only way he can do that is to play this year and show these other teams the quarterback that he's capable of being, and I'm cheering for him.
And G. Bush, I never thought I'd say that's great advice from O.J. Simpson, but I don't think Baker Mayfield is wired that way. Where do you think Baker Mayfield ends up? O.J. Simpson is saying you're not going to get a better situation than the Browns, and he's probably right. Where do you think Baker Mayfield ends up?
I'm going to tell you what, man. I commend y'all. Because here's the thing. I'm going to commend you for doing this, man. I heard O.J. Simpson, first of all, about O.J. I heard O.J. Simpson on probably maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, right? And he I forget what his take was on what NFL story or whatever, but I just really came away from it being like, damn, that was good. That was all right, OJ. Yeah. When I watched that, I'm like, he's really charismatic. I forgot it was OJ saying that. I was like, yeah, but who's this new guy? Oh, that's OJ. But listen, I commend you, because I thought about it. I was talking about the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I'm like, you know, we got all kind of people. I said, you think we get OJ on? They're like, OJ. I'm like, I was like, first of all, you think KYC will let us get that off? They're like, oh no, bro. We had to do some back channels, but he's right. I don't think Baker is wired that way. And I don't think that I've been on record 100,000 times saying that Baker Mayfield would never put a Browns uniform back on. Yeah. But if I was in his camp and I was in his ear and how we would be moving, I would be doing this. Hey, you might think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. I mean, you know, if you got a relationship and you know, you can get past a lot of stuff. Like if you lose your job, you know, maybe you had some problems, you had to go to rehab or do different things like that. Maybe your wife would take you back. If it wasn't out and out like adultery or cheating or any physical or mental like abuse or anything, you're thinking like, hey man, we just argued a lot, man. We didn't have anything really wrong with us. We just argued a lot, man. What couple doesn't argue a lot? Maybe we can see something where we back together, right? Like, hey, I got, you know, we got the same kids, lived in the same house. Let's just get back together and go ahead and patch things up. It ain't like the Browns or them did anything crazy. So I think if he was smart, he could do it. But at the end of the day, he won't. He's not doing that. That's not what Baker Mayfield's profile is. His profile is Baker 6, and I got to be up out of here because I think he wants, in the worst way, to be in Carolina week 1 against the Browns. What kind of storyline is that? Baker comes riding in Carolina game 1 against Stefanski. No Deshaun Watson. Who don't think Baker would throw for 350 and 7 touchdowns and have the city on fire? We'd have to shut it down for a whole nother week.